Here's to the beautiful ladies. Here's to those wonderful girls. This is the mixture to start the picture, so bring on the beautiful girls.
When Fred Astaire sang this song in the film Ziegfeld Follies, the year was 1946, and MGM was at the height of its success in creating incredible fantasies and setting them to music. Here, Lucille Ball tames a pack of exotic catwomen. It was imaginative, outlandish imagery, and audiences loved it. It was a time before television and VCRs, when on the average, 90 million Americans went to the movies each week, and the MGM musical was king of the box office, the most popular entertainment in the world. Once upon a time, there was a factory that created wonderful musical dreams. It happened when a special group of talented artists came together to create some of the world's most enchanting movies. Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer was not the only studio that made musical motion pictures, but it did make more than anyone else, and somehow did it better. To tell us more about those remarkable days, here's one of MGM's best, Mr. Gene Kelly.
The 44 acres behind me was where it all began. When I first arrived here, MGM's Dream Factory was in full swing, and every week the studio released a new film, and musicals were always a big part of the lineup. But the success of the MGM musical did not happen overnight. It all started when the movies learned to talk. At first, the studios were unsure of what to do with this new invention. Then they hit on the idea of filming popular vaudeville acts. In the Hollywood Review of 1929, one of the first all-talking, all-singing, all-dancing movies, the studio gave its huge roster of stars a chance to get their feet wet in the newfangled talkies. The finale introduced a brand new song that did a lot for me much later. But at the time, it was so new that some of the performers had trouble remembering the lyrics. Suddenly, the musical became an overnight sensation, delighting audiences with bigger casts, lavish sets and costumes, and even a new gimmick called Technicolor. MGM began its most ambitious film of this kind in late 1930 and filmed all the big production numbers before the public lost interest in these plotless musicals, and the project was abandoned. One of the numbers featured the Dodge twins performing, what else? The Lockstep from the unfinished March of Time.
Shake your stripe, read your pipe, start crooning in the jailhouse wail. Lock yourself, step right, hello, horn, and join in, have lockstep. It'll get you fizzing like bottles of pop. Yes, have new, the new jazz prison lockstep.
To capture an audience, producers knew they could always turn to the old reliable sex. Imagine that. This number, set in the shower room of a girls' school, shocked audiences in 1933.
You see, we're all excited, things are relaxing, but gee, I'd rather exercise myself into...
Say, the water stopped.
Water!
Such scenes fueled a growing public outcry. Faced with threats of boycotts and censorship, MGM conformed to the stern production code.
That the vulgar, the cheap, and the tawdry is out. There is no room on the screen at any time for pictures which offend against common decency, and these the industry will not allow.
Ah, sweet mystery of life, at last I found thee. Oh,
Among MGM's efforts for the new morality was a series of wildly successful operettas with Jeanette MacDonald and Nelson Eddy. In 1934, the studio lifted the public out of the Depression and into a make-believe Hollywood party.
Hollywood party, get up, get in it. Hollywood party, oh, nobody sleeps tonight. Hollywood party, going a mile a minute. Oh, Hollywood party, nobody sleeps tonight. So let the laughter spring out, music ring out, Satan sing out, yeah, man. At that crashing, furniture smashing Hollywood party, nobody sleeps tonight.
And now here's to beauty, laughter, romance, music. On with the biggest party ever given in Hollywood.
Sleeping high, ski-ski-da-ski-yow. What's the use feeling low of that wagon on the town? Gonna be up, never down. There's a reason, if I know why, I'm in love and feeling wild.
Even the biggest production numbers needed stars. So Eleanor Powell became MGM's first big dancing star. In Broadway Melody of 1938 and almost all of her films, Eleanor becomes a huge sensation by the last reel.
Follow in my footsteps.
It took a lot of hard work to make musical production numbers for the big screen. And here's a good example. Eleanor Powell's tap dance, a fascinating rhythm from Lady Be Good. On the right, we see what went on behind the scenes. Stagehands using little tractors called mules quickly take the set apart, allowing the camera to move forward to follow her dancing.
Fascinating rhythm, you got me on the go. Fascinating rhythm, I'm on the quiver. What a mess you make it, the neighbors who know I'm always shaking like a quiver. It's morning time, waking up, very happy, just to find that no work to get done. What's a bit matter, but now you do wrong when you start to matter. I'm more happy, want to take a day off, a couple of weeks, somewhere far away off to make a snap. Oh, how I long to be the man that I used to be. Oh, fascinating rhythm, won't you stop thinking on me?
It's a lovely morning. Good morning. What a wonderful day. We danced the whole night through. Good morning. Good morning to you. How do you do?
When MGM teamed Mickey Rooney and Judy Garland in Babes in Arms, it launched the most successful musical team at the studio.
Good morning to you.
With World War II raging in Europe, the Mickey Judy musicals provided an uplifting diversion for audiences of the day.
We send our greetings to friendly nations.
We may be Yanks, but we're your relations.
Drop your sabers, we're all gonna be good neighbors here in
As Andy Hardy, Mickey Rooney was always falling in love. Esther Williams played his love interest in her first film. A fashion model and champion swimmer, Esther was working in an aquacade when she caught the attention of an MGM talent scout. In the 22 films she made at Metro, she was seldom out of the water.
This is MGM's famous saucer tank. I did many of my underwater scenes here. It's a huge, all-steel swimming pool with porthole windows just below the waterline so that you can see anything that's going on inside. This tank was originally built as a place for Tarzan, Johnny Weissmuller, to fight his rubber crocodiles. But I really had it pretty much to myself once my swimming musicals became popular.
Every time they start off with a water ballet, there's the customary swimming pool to swim in. But we don't want to do it in the customary way, so we start off just with bathing suits and women.
It had been 5 years since my Andy Hardy movie. By this time, I had starred in several films, and MGM was committed to finding new ways to get me out of my clothes and into the pool, as in this Time for Keeps with the great Jimmy Durante.
Take 10% off for your agent. Take 10% off for the press. Then take another 10 for your publicity men. What's another 10 more or less? Then take off a few incidentals. It's the little things that really count. Anyone with half a brain can show a capital gain. If you take off the proper, listen to your papa, take off the proper amount.
I was called America's Mermaid because it appeared that I could stay underwater indefinitely. In Jupiter's Darling, I swam into a sunken Roman amphitheater where my presence had the magical effect of bringing statues to life. dangerous when wet, I swam into a cartoon sequence where I met Tom and Jerry. You know, they were more animated than some of my leading men. In Texas Carnival, I became Howard Keel's underwater dream, right there in his own living room. For 12 years, I was the center of an amazing series of vivid sights and water pageantry. And I loved every minute of it.
Cleopatra, if I could have my way. Each man she met, she wed and kissed, and she dozens on her waiting list. I wish that I had lived there beside the pyramid. For a girl today don't get the scope that Cleopatra did.
If one performer could exemplify the light-hearted spirit of the MGM musical, then June Allison would surely be it. Here, from Till the Clouds Roll By, she romanticizes the virtues of that ancient Egyptian princess, Cleopatra.
In a line and watch her agitate her spine. It simply used to knock them flat when she went like this and then like that. At dancing, Cleopatra was always on the spot. She gave those poor Egyptian ginks something else to watch beside the Sphinx. Mark Antony admitted that what first made him skid was the wibbly wobbly wibbly dance that Cleopatra did.
This was the original main gate at MGM. In the early days when a star came to work, they'd drive in here and then a studio car would whisk them off to their destination on the lot. Oh, it was all so glamorous. MGM liked to boast that it had more stars than there are in the heavens. I just felt lucky to be counted among them when I was still just a kid.
I never want to hear Johann Sebastian Bach.
That's me on the right. Still wet behind the ears from the Broadway show Best Foot Forward, which the studio bought and took me along as part of the package. It's not hard to tell that Nancy Walker, Gloria DeHaven, and I desperately wanted to make good at Metro.
Yes, the Barrel House, the boogie woogie and the blues.
Oh, the Barrel House may
choose to lose the blues. All the blues will really get you.
And the barrel house is bound to upset you.
And the boogie-woogie beat will drive you straight to distraction. Even school professors get a solid reaction from the barrel house. The boogie and the blues. I love the boogie 'cause it tickles my spine. I love the boogie 'cause it's fresh and it's fine. Just like a cigarette with modern design. That's why I love the boogie-woogie.
Yes, yes.
It seems to knock the wind right out of my chest. It's so darn good it makes a fool of the rest. Just goes to show you that the boogie's the best. That's why I love the boogie-woogie.
Yes, yes.
It's right as rain, as low as thunder, high as a cloud, and sweet as a cake. It's got a kick like mountain liquor, and it's a slick and hard to take as Veronica Lake. It picks you up and then it knocks you right down. It makes you laugh and play and act like a clown. No other music has a right to the crown, 'cause there's nothing that'll raise your heat like the boogie-woogie beat. You mean the barrel house? Like the boogie-woogie beat. You mean the blues? I love the boogie-woogie beat. Great.
Each year, hundreds of performers like me were brought to MGM hoping to get a break in the movies. There were acting teachers, instructions in posture and grooming, and everybody had to learn to sing and dance. It was an extensive crash course designed to find those with that special something known as star quality. And if you had it, you got to take the next big step, the screen test. For instance, Katherine Grayson had to wait 2 years at MGM before she was given her first screen test, represented here in Anchors Away. But the wait paid off because she became one of MGM's leading sopranos in the 1940s and 50s.
The thrill of the night. Taking the blues away, unhappy news away. If you were blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and troubles.
Ann Miller was only 14 when she got her first movie contract at RKO and was a seasoned pro when she came to MGM for Easter Parade. Joan McCracken was a wonderfully talented artist from the Broadway stage, brought to enrich MGM's galaxy of dancing stars. Here, Joan and Ray McDonald bring their infectious enthusiasm to pass that peace pipe from Good News. times, the studio tried out a novelty act that just didn't catch on, no matter how hard they worked. Meet the Ross sisters from Broadway Rhythm. MGM musicals had a special enthusiasm all their own. In the 1949 hit On the Town, Frank Sinatra, Jules Munchin, and Gene Kelly teamed with Betty Garrett, Ann Miller, and Vera Ellen as three sailors, and their dates go out on a night in New York City.
And hit the heights tonight, get high as kites tonight. East side, west side, round the city. One day, one night, that's the pity. Now we won't look ahead, or let the light of dawn get us down. We're really living, Jack, we're going on the town. We're going on the town. We're taking back the traces. We're gonna do the places we've never done before. We're going on the loose. We're blowing all our dough in, and we'll keep right on going, as if no one before had any fun before. Hush, hush, swag, spush, roofs and cellars. Three smart gals and three slick fellas. We're gonna paint it red. We'll fill them up and then drink them down. Let's have a ball tonight. We're going on the town. What a day, what a day. She belongs in the Hall of Fame.
I have always admired the strength and stamina of dancers, and one of the greatest is Sid Charisse, whom Fred Astaire called beautiful dynamite, and I completely agree.
Baby, you knock me out. You're the best with the kisses, super sweet. You're the top, keep stop when you're on the street. You're a wow with the power, I admit defeat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. I'm weak, starlight, star bright. I see stars when you move in. 1, 2, left, right, you win.
You got me hanging on the rope.
Baby, you knock me out. You're the broad-eyed lord in a Broadway show. You're the chick with the kick like a rodeo. I'm the punch, got the punch that lays me low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, boy.
Hey-o!
Here, bang, here they shout. Baby, you knock me out.
This was MGM's scenic backdrop building, where talented artists created their movie magic. And this is just one section of a huge painting recreating the Scottish countryside for the film Brigadoon. Altogether, it was originally 600 feet long and 60 feet high and wrapped around the entire interior of MGM Stage 15. Gene Kelly and I spent many hours rehearsing and filming our dance numbers in front of these heathered hills. I've always had such respect for Gene. Dancer, singer, actor, choreographer, and director. He did it all, and always brought exciting new dimensions to the musical motion picture.
First you put your two knees close up tight, then you sway 'em to the left, then you sway 'em to the right. Step around the floor kinda nice and light, then you twist around with all of your might. Stretch 'em up and arms straight out in space, then you do the eagle rocker with the style and grace. Swing your foot way round and bring it back. Now that's what I call ballin' the jack.
Gene's first big break came on Broadway, starring in Pal Joey. MGM soon grabbed him and started him off as Judy Garland's leading man in For Me and My Gal.
Ballin' the jack.
Gene had a style all his own, charming and athletic with boundless energy. In Summer Stock, he created a classic number using only a squeaky floor and a newspaper as dance partners. As a choreographer, Gene staged this exciting and bittersweet ballet to Richard Rodgers' Slaughter on 10th Avenue, from Words and Music. His partner, the wonderful Vera Ellen. inventiveness seemed inexhaustible. In An American in Paris, he even danced into a Toulouse-Lautrec painting to find Leslie Caron and the incomparable music of George Gershwin. The film won 6 Oscars, plus a special award to Gene for his brilliant achievements in the art of choreography on film.
As a fiddle ready for love, I can jump over the moon up above. Fit as a fiddle and ready for love.
Gene teamed with Donald O'Connor to perform this marvelously comic vaudeville routine for Singin' in the Rain.
Soon the church bells will be ringing, and I'll march with Ma and Pa. How the church bells will be ringing, with a hey nonny nonny and a ha-cha-cha. I did a riddle, my baby's okay. Ask me a riddle, what does she say? Fit as a fiddle and ready for love.
It was my pleasure to dance with Gene in several films, but I think this one is my favorite. The Heather on the Hill from Brigadoon. Jean inspired a whole new generation of stars. One of the brightest was a young California girl named Debbie Reynolds. Here's Debbie in a rare outtake from Singin' in the Rain.
Reno, Guadalupe Rock, and Valentino, you, my lucky
I was only 16 and still Mary Frances Reynolds when I entered the Miss Burbank contest. I did it as a lark to get a blouse and a scarf that they were giving away to all the contestants. Well, as fate would have it, an MGM talent scout was in the audience, and in a year, I was under contract to the biggest studio in Hollywood. It was at MGM that I learned the workings of the studio's glamour mill, comprised of dozens of talented artists and technicians who made MGM's leading ladies appear on the screen as images of unsurpassed beauty. Gorgeous gowns created by the world-famous designer Adrian were part of the treatment, as well as makeup and hair departments that could accomplish any style imaginable. A star like Joan Crawford would sometimes have her look redesigned numerous times until it matched the exact mood of the role she was to play. The studio prided itself on presenting some of the most glamorous women seen anywhere in the world. In 1941, the glamour age had reached its zenith with Tony Martin and an all-star cast in Ziegfeld Girl.
Have you all to myself, alone and apart, out of a dream, safe in my heart, safe in my
I even got the glamour treatment in a dream sequence to the song A Lady Loves in the film I Love Melvin.
A lady loves expensive clothes and pretty jewels and furs and French chapeaux. She loves her lingerie in black, it suits her zodiac. Loves a penthouse where she'll be content to stay. Finds little gifts on her breakfast tray, but now and then pack and sail away for a simple Riviera holiday.
Donald O'Connor plays my boyfriend in the film. He envisions a different role in life for my character. His version of me as a stay-at-home farm girl was dropped from the final film. Now, at last, you can see our differing points of view.
A lady loves the simple things. She loves her dreams tied up with apron strings. There are no yachts in all her plans, just little pots and pans. In the doorway she'll wait for his warm caress, and he'll be handsome, well, more or less. But he will notice that brand new dress, saying you look nice, or never mind the price. A lady loves beaucoup l'amour, but first of all she loves to be secure. And she adores the subtle phrase that it's the man who pays. Yet there's one vital thought she will place above all of the things I make mention of. For most of all, a lady loves to love.
And what is more, a lady loves to live.
And what is more, a lady lives to love.
Thanks for the present of the silver blue mink. Thanks for the plane and the ice skating rink. Thanks for the yacht and for the solid gold sink. Thanks a lot, but no thanks.
Dolores Gray uses glamour as a weapon in this spoof of the power of the devastating female over the hapless male from It's Always Fair Weather.
However classy by which this lassie can be heard. Thanks for the banks and for the Santa Fe line. Thanks for the darling uranium mine. But I'm a gal with only one Valentine. Thanks a lot, but no thanks. For I am just a faithful lassie, waiting for her faithful lad. And there's no gift, however classy, by which this lassie can be heard. Thanks for losing your mind, and thanks for Fort Knox sealed and signed. But I've got a guy who's Clifton Webb and Marlon Brando combined. Thanks a lot, but no, no thanks. I don't know why they scold me for doing what I'm trying not to do.
In Torch Song, Joan Crawford made her final musical film as a fading legend, performing in tropical makeup for the song Two-Faced Woman. The recording wasn't a new one at MGM, sung by voice double India Adams. It had originally been used with Sid Charisse for The Bandwagon, but was cut from the final film. It's been suggested that they may have dropped the wrong version.
Makeup, I don't belong. I can't help being a two-faced woman. A little bit of boldness, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of coldness, a little bit of heatness. Don't fall in love with a two-faced woman. Giving you a warning, I'll leave you in the morning. Got another lover undercover. I'm like a weather vane that goes with the breeze. My disposition makes me do as I please. That's why they call her a two-faced woman. A little bit of day and a little bit of night. A little bit of sad
In the early 1940s, Hollywood began a fascination with things tropical and south of the border, and MGM was no exception. Exotic rhythms and costumes transported audiences away from cold climates and the troubled times of a world war. Many Latin artists were recruited to add an authentic sound to these films. One of the most popular was Xavier Cugat and his orchestra. Ricardo Montalban became a sensation at Metro as the Latin lover, driving female audiences wild. Here with Ann Miller and Sid Charisse from The Kissing Bandit, there doesn't seem to be enough Ricardo to go around. From Nancy Goes to Rio comes the Brazilian bombshell herself, the incomparable Carmen Miranda.
It's got the kind of a feel that turns your head like a wheel, and what a wonderful feeling, that feeling you feel. Your heart will beat like a bongo, just like was beating in mine. The heat of the sun may be 101, but you'll make it 109. And there is more to it yet. I'm gonna bet you a bet that you can pick up and move, but you'll never forget.
Dórmete, niño, te mira corazón. Pega mamadera, tenga muy de caro.
Carmen, of course, had her imitators, but none quite like Mickey Rooney in Babes on Broadway.
Mamá, yo quiero. Mamá, yo quiero. Mamá, yo quiero, mamá. Da chupeta, da chupeta. Da chupeta pro bebê não chorar. Mamá, eu quero. Mamá, eu quero, mamá. Da chupeta, da chupeta. Da chupeta no pro bebê não chorar. Mamá, mamá. Hey, Ma!
It seems we've stood and talked like this before.
One of the performers at MGM whom I admired the most was the legendary Lena Horne.
But I can't remember where or when. Some things that happen for the first time seem to be happening again. It was a long time ago I stood in this very spot and recorded that lovely song. When I first walked onto this recording stage in 1942, it looked pretty much as it does today. Although the technology was prehistoric compared to what we use today, I recorded all of the music for my movies here, and it is still considered Hollywood's greatest recording stage. I have many memories here, good and bad. I never felt like I really belonged in Hollywood. At that time, they didn't quite know what to do with me, a black performer. So I usually just came on, sang a song, and made a quick exit. It was just one of those things, just one of those crazy things. This was true of my first film in the studio, Panama Hattie. Yeah, I got to sing a great Cole Porter tune in a featured appearance. But what I really wanted was to be given an acting role in the movies. One of those fabulous flights, a trip to the moon on gossamer wings. Just one of those things. If we thought a bit of the end of it, before we started painting the town, we'd have been aware that our love affair was too hot not to cool down. So goodbye, dear, and amen. Here's hoping we meet now and then. It was great fun, but it was just one of those things. Said that gal Dewberry, ain't it the truth? In 1943, I got to play a part, Georgia Brown in Cabin in the Sky. And this good song, Ain't It the Truth, was cut from the movie because studio bosses thought it too risque to show a black girl in a bubble bath. Love is a rippling brook, man is a fish to cook. You got to bait your hook, rise and shine and cast your line. You got to get your possum, ain't it the truth? While you still in blossom, ain't it the truth? Cleopatra and Delilah had it way over Ruth. Them gals did mighty swell, they sure did ring that bell. Ain't it the gospel truth? It's the truth, the truth. It's the solid, mellow truth. In 1946, I played the role of Julie in an excerpt from Showboat in Till the Clouds Roll By. I was being considered for the part for the 1951 version of Showboat, but the production code office had banned interracial romance on the screen. So the studio gave the part to my good friend Ava Gardner, and she was wonderful in it. The studio had Ava rehearse singing the role to the recordings that I had made hoping to get the part, which annoyed us both. Anyway, she did a great job on her own, but just before releasing the film, the studio dubbed her with Annette Warren's voice.
Fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine.
This is what audiences would have heard if they had allowed Ava's voice to be used.
Tell me he's lazy, tell me he's slow, tell me I'm crazy, maybe I know. Can't help loving that man of mine.
Though Ava was one of my few good friends, I was deeply disappointed that I didn't get the part.
That's a rainy day, but when he comes back, that day is fine. The sun will shine. He can come home as late as can be. Home without him ain't no home to me. Can't help loving that man of
I was not the only one to lose a role here. In Annie Get Your Gun, Betty Hutton was a big hit as Annie Oakley. But Betty wasn't the studio's first choice. Judy Garland had begun filming the role and completed 2 numbers when she suffered a breakdown and had to be replaced. Retrieved at last from the MGM film vaults is Judy's version of I'm an Indian Too.
Am I an Indian yet?
Like the Chippewa, Iroquois, Omaha, like those Indians, I'm an Indian too. A Sioux, a Sioux. Some Indian summers day without a care. I may run away with Big Chief, son of a bear, and I'll have totem poles, tomahawks, small papoose, which will go to prove I'm an Indian too. A Sioux, a Sioux. Oh, I'm an Indian, I'm an Indian, I'm an honest Indian Indian. I'm an Indian too. Oh! Folks are dumb where I come from. They ain't had any learning.
This is the only other number Judy shot for Annie Get Your Gun. As you can see, whatever conflicts Judy struggled with as a person, she always came through as an entertainer.
Still, we've gone from A to Z, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Oh, you don't have to know how to read or write when you're out with a fella in the pale moonlight. You don't have to look in a book to find what he thinks of the moon and what is on his mind. That comes naturally. That comes naturally. My uncle out in Texas can't even write his name. He signs his checks with X's, but they cash him just the same. Grandpa Dick was always sick, but never saw a doctor. He just died at 93, doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes naturally. Doing what comes sleepless nights, the daily fights, the quick toboggan when you reach the heights. I miss the kisses and I miss the bites. I wish I were in love again.
Words and Music was the last time that Judy and Mickey Rooney worked together at MGM, ending the most popular song and dance team the studio would ever have.
No more strain.
Now I'm saying, but I would rather be Gaga, the pulled-out fur of Captain Kerr.
The fine mismating of a him and her. We've learned our lesson, but we wish we were in love again. Judy Garland and I grew up together at MGM and completed high school between long days of shooting. Here on the lot, we made 10 pictures together, and even when we worked separately, we turned to each other for friendship and encouragement. We were the very best of friends, more like brother and sister, and I still miss her very much. Judy was 11 years old when I first heard her sing, and I told her right off what I felt then and what I feel today. I said to her, darling, you're the best in the world. By the time 15-year-old Judy appeared in Everybody Sing, she had already been on stage for more than a decade, billed as the little girl with the great big voice.
Teach me how to sing music with a modern rhythm. Let me swing, Mr. Mendelssohn, swing. Music is a thing that's no good without that rhythm. Sweet and hot, fast and slow. So get yourself a little dash of holy-ho and swing it, Mr. Mendelssohn, swing it high. Hey, swing it low. And swing it, Mr. Mendelssohn, swing. I'm past the stage of darling carriage. I'm not the age to think of marriage. I'm too old for toys, and I'm too young for boys. I'm just an in-between.
In Love Finds Auntie Hardy, Judy laments the fact that she's not a little girl any longer and not quite a grown-up either.
Grown-ups ignore me, and in every sense, I'm just on a fence. I'm just an in-between.
For a few years, Judy was an in-between, even though the critics had compared her talent to that of a teenage Sarah Bernhardt. The studio had to search for just the right part to showcase her grown-up gifts. They found it in her first starring role, Dorothy Gale, in The Wizard of Oz. When Judy stepped into the Technicolor land of Oz, it mirrored her arrival as a major star.
Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. We must be over the rainbow.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick, follow the yellow brick road. You're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. You'll find he is a wizard, a whiz, if ever a whiz there was. If ever, oh, ever a whiz there was, the Wizard of Oz is one because of the wonderful things he does.
The Wizard of Oz was to become the most widely seen motion picture of all time, and Judy's wonderful performance in the picture earned her a special Academy Award, which I was lucky enough to present to her.
And Judy, I hope you win many more of them, honey. And how about doing us all a little favor now and singing Over the Rainbow? Will you do that with everybody?
In June, how about you? I like a Gershwin tune, how about you? I love a fireside when a storm is due. I like potato chips, moonlight and motor trips, how about you?
My favorite memories of working with Judy are when it was just the two of us performing a simple song and dance routine together, like this one from Babes on Broadway.
Dream of fame, maybe I'll shine.
I'd love to see your name right beside mine.
I can see we're in harmony.
Looks like we both agree on what to do.
And I like it. How about you? Down on an island, the southern seas, there lives a lassie named Minnie Breeze, and all the natives agree that she's the hottest thing in Trinidad.
Judy became one of the country's top 10 box office stars, but the little girl was growing up, so the studio gave her the full glamour treatment in this Busby Berkeley extravaganza from Ziegfeld Girl.
They call her Minnie from Trinidad. They all love Minnie from Trinidad. And all the natives would be so sad if Minnie ever left Trinidad.
And all the natives would be so sad if Minnie came back to Trinidad.
all day. Dreams I know can never come true. Seems as though I'll ever be blue. Means my happiness too. Would I answer yes to? Well, you ought to guess who. No one but you.
By 1946, Judy was one of the studio's most valuable assets and made a special guest appearance as Marilyn Miller in the Jerome Kern biography, Till the Clouds Roll By.
March on, little doggies, march on down the trail.
One of Judy's biggest hits was The Harvey Girls. The film was so big, in fact, that there wasn't time for this extraordinary production number in the final film. Here are Judy, Ray Bolger, Sid Charisse, and the cast of hundreds in a never-before-seen March of the Dogies.
Don't know where we're going, but we're on our way. March on, little doggies, march on down the trail. March on, little doggies, till we're past our last fence rail. Up there lies a prairie. There breaks the day. Oh, we don't know where we're going, but we're on our way.
Me for a campfire out on the trail. Me for an old coyote. Me for the sound of a coyote's rail.
And I'm all set to vamoose.
You for a pipe when the evening is still. You for your own backyard. I'll be the first feller over the gill. Me for a campfire out on the trail. An old coyote's wail. With nothing to do and nobody asking you why. Give me a cowhand song and I'll be getting along.
March on, march on. The drogies down the trail are marching on until the last fence rail. Up there, like prairie, out there breaks the day. Oh, we don't know where we're going, but we're on our way.
In summer stock, Judy was seen for the first time wearing what was to become her trademark for years to come, the top half of a tuxedo. 2 years before, however, she had worn the same outfit in a scene removed from the released version of Easter Parade. Irving Berlin had based a song on just a few notes and called it Mr. Monotony. This is Judy at the top of her career.
Playing on his slide trombone in a certain monotone, he was known as Mr. Monotony. Any pleasant interlude that would mean a change of mood didn't go with Mr. Monotony. Sometimes he would change the key, but the same dull melody would emerge from Mr.
when I dance with you.
Another legend at Metro was my good friend Fred Astaire, who always romanced a glamorous partner in his motion pictures. In Easter Parade, it was the one and only Ann Miller.
Seem quite so near. Why does it happen, dear? Only with you. Two cheeks together can be so divine, but only when those cheeks are yours and mine. I've danced with dozens of others the whole night through, but the thrill that comes with spring, when anything could happen, that only happens with you.
It was in a rehearsal hall like this that I spent my first days at MGM preparing for the production numbers in Easter Parade. Oh, and I was just scared stiff because I was going to dance with the master. But Fred Astaire was as charming off the screen as he was on, and he put me at ease right away, especially after I agreed to dance with him in ballet slippers so I wouldn't be taller than he was. Fred was a perfectionist. After exhausting hours of rehearsal, when we all thought we had it just right, he would say, "Come on, Annie, let's do it one more time." Oh, what I wouldn't give to do it just one more time again. Fred and his sister Adele were already stars in the New York and London theater before he came to MGM in 1933.
Do you feel like going through that opening number with Mr. Astaire?
All right.
Ready?
Yes, Patch.
Show Miss Barlow the routine on that opening number, will you?
I'd love to.
Good evening, Mr.
All right,
Barlow.
get him in the pages.
Do you know the routine?
I've seen it often enough. I'll try.
Oh, that's fine. Oh, Harry, give us the pickup on that gang number, will you please? Thanks.
It was a little more than a guest appearance for Fred, for he was soon to be under contract to RKO Pictures, where they were about to team him with Ginger Rogers, causing a string of hit musicals to follow. Fred didn't return to MGM until 7 years later, at which time he starred with Eleanor Powell in Broadway Melody of 1940. In 1945, Fred and a new partner, Lucille Bremer, stepped out to Coffee Time in Yolanda and the Thief. Its director, Vincent Minnelli.
that's for me. I'm drum crazy, yes, I'm drum crazy, yes, I'm plum crazy for drums.
Fred could make music out of almost anything, and he often found new challenges that stretched his talents. In Easter Parade, he uses drums to make a melody.
First soft violins, then sweet saxophones, then blue clarinets croon. When it's my turn, I turn into a loon. When the drum takes the melody, when the drum carries the tune.
Hard-boiled private eyes were all the rage in the 50s, perfect for the musical spoof, The Girl Hunt Ballet from the Bandwagon. In it, Fred plays a tough detective tracking down a killer. The femme fatale, Sid Charisse.
She came at me in sections, more curves than a scenic railway. She was bad. She was dangerous. I wouldn't trust her any farther than I could throw her. She was selling hard, but I wasn't buying.
A team that had no equal was Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. In the Barclays of Broadway, they danced the swing trot under the main titles of the picture. But with the titles removed, another musical gem is revealed from the most beloved dance team of all time.
Dancer in the land. It's Bill and Gooey, T for Dewey. Just watch your partner's eyes grow dewy. Entre nous, you're slightly screwy, but irresistible, on and on. Oh, what a natural hit of fun. It gets you going till you're really gone, and you will never rue the day you realize the swing trot is here to stay.
For The Belle of New York, the studio decided to reshoot this scene because Fred's costume didn't suit his famous dapper style. So by putting the original and the reshot versions together, it gives us a rare opportunity to see just how perfectly rehearsed Fred really was.
I wanna be a dancing man while I can. Gonna leave my footsteps on the sands of time. If I never leave a dime, a dancing man with footsteps on the sands of rhythm and rhyme.
Anything you can do, I can do better. I can do anything better than you.
Oh, you can.
Another one of my favorite leading men was Howard Keel. Best known for his rich baritone voice, he carried on a very competitive romance with Betty Hutton in Annie Get Your Gun.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I can shoot a partridge with a single cartridge.
I can get a sparrow with a bow and arrow.
I can live on bread and cheese.
And only on that?
Yes.
So can a rat.
Any note you can reach, I can go higher.
I can sing anything higher than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 No, you can't.
Anything you can wear, I can wear better. In what you wear, I look better than you.
In my coat.
In your vest.
In my shoes.
In your hat.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can. Yes, I can.
Anything you can say, I can say faster.
I can say anything faster than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, can.
I can.
Yes, can.
I can.
Yes, can.
I can. I can. I can. I can. I can. I can. I can. I can jump a hurdle.
I can wear a girdle.
I can knit a sweater.
I can fill it better.
I can do most anything.
Can you make a pie?
No.
Neither can I.
Any note you can sing, I can sing sweeter.
I can sing anything sweeter than you.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
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 This is the vault where thousands upon thousands of MGM films are stored. Their worth in dollars, film history, entertainment is immeasurable. There are a few of these, of course, in which I appeared. This one, Rosemarie, was the first widescreen CinemaScope musical. Now, in the 1950s, Hollywood went into a panic that rivaled the advent of talking pictures. A monster had taken over the movie-going public. Television. So, the movies went into new technologies, such as CinemaScope, stereophonic sound, to try to recapture their audience.
Today, to get the public to attend a picture show, it's not enough to advertise a famous star they know. If you want to get the crowds to come around, you gotta have glorious Technicolor, breathtaking CinemaScope, and stereophonic sound.
In Silk Stockings, Janice Page and Fred Astaire spoofed the necessary elements to make a modern motion picture.
Loverboy's technique. If you want to hear applauding hands resound, you gotta have glorious Technicolor, breathtaking CinemaScope, and stereophonic sound.
The customers don't like to see the groom embrace the bride unless her lips are scarlet and her mouth is 5 feet wide.
In glorious Technicolor, breathtaking CinemaScope, or
Cinerama,
Vistavision, or
Superscope, or
Taddeo, and stereophonic sound. And stereophonic sound. There was a time when dancing was so intimate and sleek.
A fella hugged his partner as they cuddled cheek to cheek.
Now he doesn't even know if she's around, because they're in glorious Technicolor, breathtaking CinemaScope, and stereophonic sound. It's not enough today to see a dancer at his ease.
He's got to throw his back out and come sliding on his knees. He's got to have
glorious Russian ballet, or modern ballet, or English ballet, or Chinese ballet, or Hindu ballet, or ballet, or any ballet. And stereophonic sound, and stereophonic as an extra tonic. Stereophonic sound.
Shaking the blues away. Unhappy news away. If you were blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and troubles.
In 1955, the studio cleverly combined the new technologies with the old-fashioned backstage musical and starred Doris Day in the Oscar-winning hit Love Me or Leave Me.
Do like the voodoos do. Listen to a voodoo melody. They shake their bodies so to and fro. With every shake, a lucky break, proving that there's a way to chase your cares away. If you would lose your weary blues, shake 'em away. Shaking the blues away, unhappy news away. If you were blue, it's easy to shake off your cares and troubles.
Telling the blues to go, they may refuse to go, but as a rule they'll go if you shake 'em away.
Do like the voodoos do. Listen to a voodoo melody. They shake their bodies so to and fro. With every shake, a lucky break. Proving that there's a way to chase your cares away. If you would lose your weary blues, shake 'em away. Gotta chase those cares away. A way to shake your blues away.
Walking through a party in the county jail. The prison band was there, they began to wail. The band was jumping and the joint began to swing. You should have heard the knocked out jailbird sing that rock.
Times were changing and so was music. MGM began appealing to a new generation of filmgoers with Elvis Presley and the Jailhouse Rock.
Dancing to the jailhouse rock. Spider-Man played it in a saxophone. Little Joe was blowing on the slide trombone. The drummer boy was yelling over crack, boom, bang. The whole rhythm section was a purple gang. Let's rock. Everybody, let's rock. Everybody in the old cell block. We're dancing to the jailhouse rock. Number 47 said to number 3. You were the cutest jailbird I ever did see. I sure would be delighted with your company. Come on and do the jailhouse rock with me. Let's rock.
Go, go, go!
Everybody, let's rock.
Lay it on me, Daddy-O!
Everybody in the old cell block. We're dancing to the jailhouse rock. Dancing to the jailhouse rock, 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 rock. Dancing to the jailhouse rock, 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 rock. Dancing to the jailhouse rock, 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 rock.
Gigi, am I a fool without a mind? Or have I merely been too blind to realize? Oh, Gigi.
In 1958, the golden age of the MGM musical came to a grand finale with Lerner and Lowe's Gigi. The film became the studio's top box office musical and won 9 Academy Awards, including one for this lovely song. The film stars Louis Jordan and the lovely Leslie Caron.
Oh no, overnight there's been a breathless change in you.
Oh, Gigi! While you were trembling on the brink, was I out yonder somewhere blinking at a star? Oh, Gigi, have I been standing up too close or back too far? When did your sparkle turn to fire and your warmth become desire? Oh, what miracle has made you the way you are?
What a time it was. Life was simpler then, and so was the movie business. MGM's Dream Factory created a rich, romantic, compelling world of illusion. And although we may not see anything like it again, we're blessed with memories and miles of film. In the words of Irving Berlin, the song is ended, but the melody lingers on.
A show that is really a show sends you out with a kind of a glow, and you say, as you go on your way, that's entertainment.
A song that is winging along, or a dance with a touch of romance, is the art that appeals to the heart. That's entertainment.